leads the Gulf South in home runs this season with 10, ranks in the top 10 in NCAA Division II records. He also ranks in the top 20 in the conference in hits, RBIs, runs, and slugging percentage. And now down to the field we go for the third pitch from Scotty Wyatt, right past the bat of Blaze Breerwood. Here's the starting lineup for Mississippi College today. Batting first and playing second base is Blaze Breerwood. Batting second, the designated hitter Caleb Reese. Batting third, the right fielder J.T. Vance. Batting cleanup and playing first base is Wesley Sides. Batting fifth and playing left field is Cole Drake. Batting sixth and playing third base is Corey Cooper. Batting seventh, the center fielder Bryce LaRocca. Batting eighth, the catcher Tyler Jacobson. And batting ninth, the shortstop Logan Sheridan. So Breerwood goes down on strikes, and Scotty Wyatt has his first out of the game on the mound for the Bulldogs. Wyatt's getting his fifth appearance on the mound in the season. This is only his second start that he's had on the year. He's thrown a complete 9 innings, giving up 14 hits, 11 runs, 9 walks, 8 strikeouts. He's hit 4 with a pitch on the season. He's got an ERA of 8 coming into this game. And here's his first pitch that goes out towards left field over the head of Mitch Sisk over there at third base. Rounding is Elijah Ramsey. He'll scoop that up, and on first with a single will be Caleb Reese, the designated hitter, to get things started here in the top of the first inning. Here comes the Gulf South Conference Player of the Week up to the plate. That's J.T. Vance. He's hitting .348 on the season. He's got 98 at-bats, 31 hits, 24 runs, and an unbelievable 10 home runs already in the season. He's knocked in 27 RBIs. That's 7 higher than anybody else in the lineup here today for Mississippi College. We'll see if Scotty Wyatt is able to get the best of him here early in the game. Leading off of first base is Caleb Reese. We'll see the infield shift over, preparing for a pickoff attempt there over to Grant Ross, who's unable to make the tag in time over there at first base. The only shade we really see on the field is currently produced from the light pole behind the third base dugout, shading Scotty Wyatt there on the mound. The rest is in full sun, not a cloud in the sky here at Fesmeyer Field for this 4 o'clock Tuesday game, and that's going to be head out towards center field. It's going to be Colby Davis going over to his right. He hauls it in for the second out of the inning as J.T. Vance will head back to the bench empty. Up to the cleanup hitter we go here for the Choctaws early in this game. It's Wesley Sides, the first baseman. He's hitting .362 on the season with 25 hits into 69 at-bats. He's scored 25 runs on the season and also has 7 home runs, an impressive number, as the offense this season for Mississippi College has used the long ball and the extra base hits time and time again. There's not a single guy in the starting lineup that doesn't have at least 2 doubles on the season, some having 5, 6, and more. A couple of triples recorded so far from the Choctaws, and it's the home run numbers that is unbelievably impressive. Not a single guy in the lineup for Mississippi College does not have a home run on the season. Breerwood, Sheridan, and Cooper are the only 3 that have just one. Multiple guys, 3 in fact, over 7 home runs on the season for Mississippi College. So they've been able to use that long ball with the wind heading out towards right center field today. We'll see if any of these lefties are able to get it out of Fesmeyer Field, but that is something we'll have to keep an eye out for, especially with a mostly right-handed lineup today. Only Corey Cooper and Logan Sheridan are expected to hit from the left side of the plate, and we'll see if that's what they do when they come up later in the game. So a 3-1 count here to Wesley Sides, taking each and every pitch here from Scotty Wyatt. Wyatt, a new addition to the Bulldogs on the season, one of the 13 guys added to this roster. It's a fresh face. And here's the pitch. Low in the dirt. It's going to get away from Caden Cottrell, but it's not going to matter as it is ball 4. So Reese will make his way over to second base. Sides takes first on the walk. And we've got 2 on here with only 2 outs here in top of the first inning. To the 5 hitter we go. It's Cole Drake, the left fielder. Also has impressive numbers, over 300 on the season and 78 at-bats. He's hitting .346. Wyatt now from the stretch, looks back, checks the runner at second. He'll go home with it, and not pulling the trigger will be Cole Drake. There's 27 hits, second most on the team for the Choctaws, only behind JT Vance this season. Cardi will drop back over to his position as a called strike is recorded there against Drake. So Alec Hardy playing position right behind second base, giving the signal down to his catcher, Caden Cottrell, of what they want to do in a throw him down or pick off situation. He's the one covering because it's a right-handed batter, and here's a delivery home from Scotty Wyatt in there for a called strike 2. Wyatt just a strike away from getting out of a jam, and that's going to be out towards center field. Running over is Colby Davis. It's going to land on the ground. Coming around third is going to be Reese. He's going to come home to score. Going towards third is Sides, and in with an RBI single is going to be Cole Drake as he slips one out there into right center field. Colby Davis just not enough gas to get to it on time, and Mississippi College is on the board here in the top of the first inning on an RBI single by the left fielder. So Reese goes from second to home. Sides goes from first to third. And over at first base is Drake, as the Bulldogs are just one strike away from getting out of that jam here in the top of the first inning. Cottrell, a good grab there on the ground outside of the zone in the dirt. And we get to see Corey Cooper, the first left-handed batter here for the Choctaws in this game. So Alec Hardy now shifting over, backing up and now creeping forward over at second base, and that's going to go out towards center field. One run's going to come home to score. That's going to be Wesley Sides. He will make an easy way towards home, and back-to-back singles puts 2 runs on the board here for Mississippi College in the top of the first inning. Cooper only needed to see one pitch to put that thing into action. Drake goes from first to second. Sides comes from third to home. And 2 runs plated here with 2 outs in this early game rally here. And we've already seen more action than we saw the entire day on Sunday. Of course, that 0-0 game going into the 9th inning. Bulldogs walking it off against Shorter to take the rubber match on a single by Alec Hardy. And they're already going to have to find themselves back in this game here as they're down 2 early in just the first 8 minutes of this game. Now batting, we have the center fielder, Bryce LaRocca. He's hitting .302 on the season. He's got 13 hits. He's trying to make that 14. He's got 10 RBIs this year. He's got an opportunity for a few more. Got 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position, and that ball almost got the leg of Cooper. Grant Ross applying a good tag. Cooper's going to step off, adjust the cleat. And Ross about picked him off over there at first base. Umpire said it wasn't just in time, but it was really close. Wyatt will take a minute to reset, continue from the stretch. Hardy at second base giving the signal, adjust his glove. And here we go. Here's the pitch to the plate. It's going to be over the first base dugout into foul territory here for LaRocca. Lots of action quick in this game. It started all off with a strikeout by Blaze Breerwood, and then it was blown open. We've had 3 singles already, 2 runs on the board. And Wyatt's got to get out of this one here safely to minimize any further damage by Mississippi College. Just here in the top of the first inning. So Wyatt still from the stretch, looks back. Jumping back will be Drake. Here's the defensive starters for the Bulldogs. We've got Elijah Ramsey out in left field, Colby Davis in center, Carson Chavies in right field. The infield is Mitch Sisk at third, Dylan Barrett at shortstop, Alec Hardy at second, Grant Ross at first. Behind the plate is Caden Cottrell, and that is launched out towards left field. Going over towards the wall is Elijah Ramsey. We'll see what they say. It is going to be a foul ball, just out of reach and just past the bullpen there. A few feet away from being a 3-run shot to put the Choctaws up by 5, and the Bulldogs get a blessing here in the top of the first inning. Caden Cottrell behind the plate. Noah Toney, who was the pitcher of record, went the complete game on Sunday, will be in the DH role, and we'll get to see him in the bottom half of the inning. That's going to be a throw down to second base by Caden Cottrell on a quick jump by Drake. Drake thought he might be able to take third base. Cottrell having a good recovery on that wild pitch there by Scotty Wyatt. And nobody goes anywhere. We got a 2-ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs already on the board, 2 runners on the field. Here is the delivery from Wyatt from the stretch. It's going to be outside. The count will go full, and they're going to force him to throw. Runners will be both going. Drake's at second. Cooper's over at first base, both of them reaching on a single here in the top of the first inning. And Wyatt is going to have to give him something good, a dangerous hitter. But then again, you look at this lineup, and who's not? Here is the delivery. It's going to be popped back into the netting. Of course, both runners going. And LaRocca will choose just to stay alive here at the plate, as Wyatt is going to have to be forced to throw another one unless he wants a bases loaded situation going into Tyler Jacobson, who's on deck. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here in the top of the first. Choctaws put up 2. Here's the pitch. It's going to be just low and outside. The bases will be loaded. LaRocca will head over to first on the walk. And it's going to bring up Jacobson with the bases loaded with 2 outs. So Drake goes over to third. Cooper now to second. LaRocca over at first. And it will be Tyler Jacobson, the junior catcher, hitting .211 on the season. He's got 3 RBIs, the lowest of anybody in this starting lineup. And here's a delivery to him. A big swing and a miss there. Exactly what Scotty Wyatt's wanting to do. Bury something low in the zone. Force a ground ball if you're going to put something in play. You got any bag to work with here. The infield playing shallow, but not in on the grass. And here's a delivery. It's going to be just outside of the zone. A good hold there by Tyler Jacobson to not commit to that one. He's got 8 hits on the season and 38 at-bats, scored 7 runs, and has 2 long balls here in 2024. Here's the pitch from Wyatt. It's going to be outside just as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. Got to keep things in the zone. First pitch was great, right? Buried it underneath the bat of Jacobson. In a dangerous situation here. If you're the Bulldog defense, you want to lock down. You've already given up 2. And here's a delivery. It's going to be put on the ground. Mitch Six has it. Steps on third base. Only takes him 2 steps to do it. They leave the bases stranded, but not before they add 2 here on the top of the first inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors here up in the top of the first. Due up, we have Colby Davis, Elijah Ramsey, and Alec Hardy. We'll be right back with you for some more Bulldog baseball.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
To the bottom of the first inning, it's going to be Colby Davis, the center fielder for the Bulldogs, leading things off here in the bottom of the first inning. Bulldogs looking to find who their starting center fielder is going to be. They've gone between Eli Snelson and Matthew Autry. Colby Davis getting some time, and that's who's getting his 4th start of the season here today. He's already played in 12 games, but he started only 3 of them entering this afternoon's matinee special here at Fesmeyer Field. He's going to put that one back into the netting, and the pitcher he's up against is the junior left-handed pitcher Jimmy Wilson on the mound. He's got a 21.6 ERA. He's appeared in 6 games, started 1 of them, given up 14 hits, completed only 5 innings, and that's going to be on the ground to the shortstop. Grabbing it will be Sheridan, throws it over to first, and they're going to say Davis runs it out. He's safe at first base, and a good speed with the legs on Colby Davis was able to beat the throw there by the shortstop Sheridan to get on with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the defensive starters for the Mississippi College Choctaw. We got Drake out in left field, LaRocca in center. Out in right is Vance. Playing third base is Cooper. Shortstop, who just made the play, was Sheridan. Breerwood at second base, sides at first. Behind the dish is Jacobson. Their DH is Reese. And on the mound today is Jimmy Wilson from Mississippi College. Here's the starting lineup for the Union University Bulldogs. Batting first and playing center field is Colby Davis. Batting second, the left fielder Elijah Ramsey. Batting third, the second baseman Alec Hardy. Batting cleanup, the first baseman Grant Ross. In the 5-hole is the third baseman Mitch Sisk. Playing in the 6-hole is the right fielder Carson Chavis. Batting 7th and catching is Caden Cottrell. Batting 8th, the designated hitter Noah Tony. And batting 9th, the shortstop Dylan Barrett. Here at the plate is Elijah Ramsey. He's played in 25 games, getting his 24th start. That's going to be in the gap, running over Sheridan. He's going to have to make the throw. This one he does on time, but that's going to be able to move the runner Colby Davis over to second base. Elijah Ramsey able to have a move him over ground ball, and the Bulldogs have their first runner in scoring position here in this game as Colby Davis makes his way to second base. Elijah Ramsey only needed to see one pitch in that at-bat. That 6-3 ground out. Sheridan was really taking his time there on that throw and field. Was not moving very quickly. Had to backhand that play, but he was able to haul it in just in time. And that will bring up Alec Hardy, the second baseman. He walked it off on Sunday. Was able to break through the 0-0 tie game that they went into the 9th inning. And Hardy was the man of the hour. After the intentional walk in that game, Alec was able to do the damage that was needed to be done to give the Bulldogs another W here on the season as they fought back to win that rubber game just a couple days ago here at the Fez. Hardy this season, 27 hits and 87 at-bats. Opportunity for one right there as he pokes it back into the backstop past the glove of Jacobson. So Hardy will step out. He'll take a moment, adjust the batting gloves. He's Sheridan, the shortstop, protecting Colby Davis out there. No more generous leads there for Davis. And from a very split stretch here is Wilson. It's going to be played to the second baseman. Grabbing his Breerwood, he goes over to first base. And Alec Hardy will be retired in a 4-3 ground out, but it does move Davis over to third base, putting a runner only 90 feet away from getting the Bulldogs on the board here in the bottom of the first. Well, if there's one man you want up to the plate right now, it is Grant Ross. The sophomore first baseman has the highest average of any Bulldog on this team. And in the starting lineup today, he's hitting .378. He leads the team in RBIs with 35 RBIs. The next closest is 13 behind him, Alec Hardy. Leads the team in RBIs, leads the team in hits with 34. And an impressive season pieced together here by the Bulldog sophomore first baseman as he takes that for a called strike one. Breerwood, the second baseman, shifting more over towards first, ready for something on the ground here by Grant, and that's exactly what's going to happen. It'll go over to the right side. Sides will make the grab, throw it over to Wilson, who covers for him, and the Bulldogs will strand a runner just 90 feet away, and Colby Davis at third base as Grant Ross grounds out to end the bottom of the first inning. To the top of the second we go. Bulldogs down by 2.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Up to the plate, we've got the 9, 1, and 2 hitters here for Mississippi College. The only hitter not to bat in the top of the first inning was Logan Sheridan, the shortstop, and he will get his first look here at Scotty Wyatt. Wyatt threw 26 pitches to get through the top of the first, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, striking out 1. That was the first batter of the game, Blaze Breerwood, who is on deck. That's going to be popped up on the left side. Mitch Sisk might have a chance at this one. Charging in from left field is Elijah Ramsey, and he will make a drop out there in left field. It's going to land in fair territory. The wind hauling that one back in. Immediately off the bat, it looked like it would be in foul territory, and that strong 24-mile-an-hour gust out towards right center field pushed that one back into fair territory. Ramsey unable to get it. It lands in difficult and kind of embarrassing fashion here, giving the Choctaw a runner out there at second base in Sheridan. So now we go back to the top of the lineup here for Mississippi College. Breerwood is back up to bat. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Hopefully Scotty Wyatt's got his number just like he did a few minutes ago. That's going to be hit back into the bleachers here at the Fez. So we'll see how they're going to say that Sheridan doubled to left field. An interesting decision there by the scorekeepers to give him the hit and not the error on that one, especially as it fell out of the glove of Ramsey. There was 3 guys there. Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication and the effects of the wind, and that about hits Breerwood in the chest. Knocks the helmet off, hits the ground, and a hit by pitch narrowly escaped here by Blaze Breerwood. So 1 strike, 1 ball, no outs here on the top of the second inning. Runner out there on second is Sheridan. And that's going to be an off speed that just slips into the zone. And a good pitch there by Scotty Wyatt from the stretch to get one right past the second baseman. Dylan Barrett out there at shortstop, holding the same leadoff position as the runner Sheridan. That's going to be out towards left field. Going back towards the track is Elijah Ramsey. He's going to run out of shade, and he's got it 2 feet in front of the track. He'll throw to third base, and a good throw by Elijah Ramsey will keep Sheridan at second base, not allowing him to tag up and advance. Breerwood is retired for the second time today, bringing up Caleb Reese. Caleb Reese was the one who got things started here on the top of the first inning. He singled, came home to score. He's looking to do the same thing as he recorded his 27th hit of the season just about 20 minutes ago here at Fesmeyer Field. As he takes the first one in there for a called strike 1. Alec Hardy now holding the runner Sheridan at second base with the righty up to the plate. He's got a tight grip on the bat. You can tell by the way that he swings the practice. So wobble it back and forth over the right shoulder there at the plate. Point it out towards the shortstop. Wind up and get his third pitch here from Scotty Wyatt. Here's delivery. Low and outside. Good grab by Caden Cottrell to protect that from going to the backstop. Wyatt will now try to slow things down. Choctaws quickly trying to get things moving fast against Wyatt there in the first inning. A couple 2-out rallies, and now there's only 1 out on the board, and a big swing and a miss there by Caleb Reese, the designated hitter. Struck out 13 times this season, walked 12 times. Impressive numbers there at the plate. Good discipline and eye. Probably hear on the microphone the intensity of the wind here at Fesmeyer Field as that one just gets right outside the zone there to Reese. So Wyatt will now look back, check the runner, and Sheridan, he's going home. The runner fakes going, and dropping back out towards center field will be Colby Davis. He's out towards the warning track, hauls it in. He's going to throw it over to third base, but tagging up in time will be Sheridan. He'll be 90 feet away from scoring. And a move him over sac fly for Reese ends that at bat. So a ball out to left, a ball out to center. We'll see if we can get one to right here from JT Vance, the Gulf South Conference Player of the Week. Got unbelievable numbers, got the 27 RBIs, and he's got a chance for another one here. The runner on third base in Sheridan. Takes a big check there. Dylan Barrett, the shortstop, shifting over towards third, leaving a wide gap up the middle. Sheridan with no pressure to go anywhere if the ball is on the left side. There's a good chance he'll be going no matter what with 2 outs as that ball slips out of the hand of Scotty Wyatt, a little off speed, about loses his hat. Fell off quite a few times during warm-ups here with the intense wind. It's a cold one here at Fesmeyer Field. Lots of blankets, jackets, and scarves for the fans down there. And here's a delivery. In the dirt, good dig there by Caden Cottrell to protect a wild pitch run. Sheridan prepared to go in a tough 3-ball, no-strike count here to Vance. You wonder, do you give him the green light or intentionally walk him? And they're going to make him hold off. You wonder with a batter with that much skill and force so far this season, if they'll allow him to swing at that, they're going to let it go outside. And for the Bulldogs, they got to face a dangerous guy here. The 3-1 count as he fouls that one with a ground tip back into the netting. So Vance will step out, adjust the batting gloves, load back up. He had a 3-0 count. Now it's gone full. 2 outs, all the pressure here on this next pitch. So Wyatt looking to protect. Here's a delivery. It's going to get away from Caden Cottrell. 1 run is going to come home to score. He'll be on with a walk. And the worst possible situation, aside from a home run, happens here. As Sheridan will walk home. No question about it. An easy play. That's why you wonder, do you just take the intentional walk when you're up 3-0 against Vance? He's done damage all season long against every single team he's played. And now another run here on the board for Mississippi College, but it's going to bring up Wesley Sides, the first baseman. He's got Vance over at first. We'll see what Sides is able to do here as that ball gets way out of Wyatt's control. Inside, almost gets a piece of Sides. He walked in the first inning, came home to score on the single by Cooper. And Wyatt is now going to try to slow things down, find his rhythm again that he was just in. Clearly frustrated and a little bit flustered by the wild pitch, ball 4. And a good pitch there by Wyatt is able to regain some control here in the top of the second inning. Wyatt will take the pitch from Caden, and a big swing and a miss there by Sides. Good placement out and out by Wyatt. Hardy and Barrett closing in on second base, each respective pitch. Ready for a possible throwdown, trying to eliminate Vance. So far this season, Vance has 5 stolen bases, and he's going to go. Here's a throw from Cottrell. Alec Hardy's going to take it. They're going to say he's safe, slid right behind it, and Hardy unable to do it, as JT Vance gets his 6th stolen base of the season. A predictable moment there. Hardy was ready for it, and a pretty good throw down by Cottrell. Just placed on the opposite side of the bag. Hardy had a good attempt on it, and now the runner will be in scoring position. The force out is removed, and a 2-ball, 2-strike, 2-out count will ring him up there against Wesley Sides. A good pitch there by Scotty Wyatt as Sides goes down swinging to end the inning. To the bottom of the second we go. Bulldogs now down by 3. We'll be right back with you.
Your life, your home,
your business, your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Here we go in the bottom of the second inning. It's going to be Mitch Sisk getting things started as he swings at the first pitch that he sees. No balls, 1 strike here against the Bulldog third baseman. In the bottom of the first inning, the Bulldogs were able to get on with a leadoff single from Colby Davis that was not put to use as he was left stranded on 3 consecutive groundouts by Bulldog 2, 3, and 4 hitters. And Sisk will have an opportunity to wipe that clean here as he takes a check swing outside. They're going to appeal to the first base umpire. He says he did not go. And Mitch Sisk will stay alive here with a 1-ball, 2-strike count here against Wilson. Wilson threw only 12 pitches, giving up 1 hit, no runs, faced 4 batters. Choctaws have already gone through 13 batters compared to the Bulldogs 4. Bulldogs going to need a big inning here to get back at it as they're down by 3. And Sisk will put that one right in the gap between short and third. It'll go out towards the left fielder, and that will be a leadoff single here by Mitch Sisk in the bottom of the second. So Drake fielded that one calmly out there and left. And it's going to bring up Carson Chavies, who gets his first plate appearance of the game. He's got a .364 batting average, second on the team. He's got 28 hits. That's also second on the team behind Grant Ross. And he'll put a little dribbler down the third base line, foul, as Mitch Sisk took off ready. Chavies so far this season has 11 RBIs, 1 triple, 4 doubles, 28 hits, 22 runs scored in the 77 at-bats he's had. And Wilson will now go back to his split stretch as he has a right foot significantly out in front of his left. A unique pitching stance here for the lefty junior. He's going to go home with it, and Chavies will wait on that one. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Mitch Sisk at first. The second leadoff single of the game. They had one in the first, Colby Davis. Now here in the second was Mitch Sisk. We'll see if they can use it this time as Chavies will take that one low and outside. A good take and a great discipline there by Carson Chavies to not swing at that pitch. Wind basically almost going entirely out to the east now, as that will be ball 4 to Carson Chavies. As the Bulldogs have 2 on, no outs here to lead things off in the bottom of the second inning. Tying run up to the plate is Caden Cottrell. And Carson Chavies will be at first. Mitch Sisk now at second base. And truly the wind is almost kind of all over the place, swirling here at Fesmeyer Field, shaking the bottles of water here in the press booth. And that might be a big moment of the game. The flag out in center field now going directly out towards center. It switches between that and directly east out towards right field. So a swirling wind here. But no matter what it is, it's heading out of the ballpark. We'll see if a Bulldog hitter can get underneath something and push it out, and maybe that's Caden Cottrell. Cottrell, the junior catcher, hitting .324 on the season. He's got 12 hits on 37 at-bats, 6 RBIs, 1 home run, 1 triple. Had a couple clutch big games a couple weeks ago. Able to get some big hits and big moments. Much needed for the Bulldogs, and now he's got 2 on, no outs. Mitch Sisk out there at second base. Carson Chavis at first. Sisk reaching on the single. Chavis the walk, and he's going to show bunt, pull back, and get a gifted strike 1 called by the home plate umpire. So 2 balls, 1 strike, playing incredibly shallow now after the tempting bunt. Sides and Cooper, the first and third baseman, charging in. We'll see if he shows bunt again. He does not. He'll put it out towards center field. Running to his right is LaRocca. It's going to be a one-hopper off of the wall. Rounding third base is going to be Mitch Sisk. He's going to come home to score. 1 run is in, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Caden Cottrell here in the bottom of the second inning. The Bulldogs are on the board. They get their first run of the game in Mitch Sisk, who started things off with a leadoff single, and Caden Cottrell got one just up underneath it, and it was a great play there by Caden Cottrell. So he's in with a double. Carson Chavis moves over to third, and the Bulldogs have the tying run on second base as we have a meeting at the mound. We'll be right back with you here in just a few moments.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
With 2 on, still no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. The Bulldogs will turn it over to Noah Toney, the designated hitter. He pitched the entire game here against Shorter University on Sunday, and now he'll get his time at the plate. He's got 2 on, both in scoring position. That's going to be out towards left field. Running underneath it is going to be Drake. They're going to have to come together. He will haul it in. No runner will tag up, just not far enough out there into left field. And Noah Toney goes down on the first pitch that he sees on a fly out to shallow left field. So no squeeze play here utilized by Noah Toney. You still see the first baseman Sides and the third baseman Cooper playing relatively shallow here on the infield grass in case Barrett decides to play it risky, drop a bunt to try to take at least 1 runner home. That's Carson Chavis 90 feet away. Out of second base is Caden Cottrell and Dylan Barrett, the shortstop, getting his first plate appearance of the game in there for a called strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bulldogs have put up 1 run here in the bottom of the second. Barrett this season has 17 hits on 66 at-bats. He scored 12 runs with 7 RBIs. There's the bunt. Coming home is going to be Carson Chavis, and he's going to make it. And over there at first base, looks like Barrett got there just in time. So a great play there by the Bulldog shortstop. Exactly what you want to do. We called that one right up here in the booth. A good squeeze play brought him home. Chavis took off with full speed there. He made it home on that play. And a bunt single there for Barrett. The throw was not in time. He's going to be over at first base. Caden Cottrell will now make his way over to third base. So first and third situation, the middle infielders prepared for a throwdown from Jacobson. As to the top of the lineup we go with Colby Davis, who got things started way back at the top, or in the bottom of the first inning. He had the single, was left stranded at third, and now he's got an opportunity with runners on here in the second. Bulldogs have now brought this game within one. Still only one out here in the bottom of the inning, and that's going to be popped up back here into the glass of the booth. Davis will now step in. He's got the tying run over at third base. That's Caden Cottrell, the go-ahead run. And Barrett over at first. And a good grab there by Jacobson. Protects a wild pitch into the backstop, possibly giving up that tying run. They got to lock things down here as the Bulldogs now tie the Choctaws in hits, both 4 apiece. And Wilson is going to have to take a moment, catch his breath, try to slow things down as the Bulldogs have just been able to piece together a few hits. And a big swing and a miss there by Colby Davis. We'll take the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big moment from the stretch here from Wilson. He's going to go home with it. It's going to be outside, throwing the wrists out there as Davis, but he will not go. And he'll allow the count to go full here. We fully expect Dylan Barrett to take off running here. It's a full count. And if it is indeed a strikeout, we'll see if there's a play at second base. Here's a delivery. Runner is going. He's going to chop it off. But probably would have been ball 4 is swatted back into the netting. As Davis makes an attempt to protect anything close here at the plate. Really swinging that thing more like an axe. Trying to avoid the strikeout here. Swinging at anything close. That's going to give Wilson the cue to throw it a little bit outside. And it's going to be strike 3. Davis goes down swinging. A big moment, a big opportunity. And he's unable to get things done. So now we go to Elijah Ramsey. He's got 6 RBIs on the season, 3 doubles, 2 triples, one of the extra base hit leaders. From the stretch, here's the pitch to Ramsey. In just outside, really good pitch placement there by Wilson. Ramsey grounded out to shortstop in the bottom of the first inning. He had Colby Davis on base during that one, and now he's got a chance for a much-needed hit. And that's going to be in the gap. Running over is going to be the shortstop, Sheridan. He's got it. He's going to make the long throw. It's not going to get there in time. 1 run will score. Tripping over at first base is Elijah Ramsey. Coming to third base will be Dylan Barrett from first. And just like that, the Bulldogs are back in this game. They're going to give him the hit. He outran the throw, and a good attempt there by Sheridan comes up just short as he had to make the long throw. Couldn't do it in time, so Caden Cottrell will come home to tie the ball game. Dylan Barrett will go from first to third base. And just like that, Elijah Ramsey on with a single. We've got the same situation in a first and third opportunity here for Alec Hardy, but this time the game is tied. The Bulldogs take the lead on hits here. If they put up 3 in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the first pitch to Alec Hardy in there for a called strike 1. Hardy grounded out to second base in the first inning. This season he's got 13 RBIs, an opportunity for another one right here. He's going to put that one down the third base line, just about 2 feet foul. Barrett was ready to make his way home on that grounder down the left side. So Hardy's going to take a moment, adjust the batting gloves. Wilson does a little twist of the hips every time he gets the play call. He sets his feet before receiving the pitch, and here's a delivery to him. It's going to be down the right side. Making his way to second base is Elijah Ramsey. He'll be sent back to first. Did not pass go and will not collect $200 on that one as we reset everything now with a no ball, 2 strike count. So Wilson from the stretch. He's going to look over, check the runner at first. Ramsey's going to go. It almost hits Hardy in the feet. And as he saw that, Ramsey stopped. He faked the steal. You wonder if that is why that ball slipped away from Wilson, fully expecting the runner to go to second base. And Ramsey, on a fake steal, made his way back to first. And we're going to have a moment where the catcher's going to come out, give a new symbol for first and third. Middle infielder's getting the signal. Breerwood looks over to Sheridan, hides his signal behind his glove as he signals what the call is in case Elijah Ramsey does decide to steal here. Faking on the last one, going on the one before that. And here's a delivery to Hardy. He's going to be swinging. It's going to be clubbed towards shortstop. A big hop is going to be made. Sheridan's going to have to make another long throw, and he's not going to get it in time. The cannon is not firing fast enough here from shortstop from the Choctaws, and Alec Hardy will be on with a single to take the lead here as Barrett comes home from third on a really good chopper there from Alec Hardy, and that's how this infield grass works. Dropping back into shallow left field with Sheridan, the shortstop. He was going to have to make a big play and just did not have the arm strength to get it over there. And the Bulldogs have a honey hole over at shortstop here in the bottom of the second inning as they've been able to reach base on a couple ground balls over there to short as that ball's going to dribble away there from the catcher. Grant Ross will signal both of his runners to advance. It'll move Ramsey over to third. It'll move Alec Hardy over to second base. And now Grant Ross will be the ninth batter of the inning, exactly what the Bulldogs needed to do as they made quick work. They were made of quick work in the bottom of the first inning. Not the case here in the second. 4 runs have already come home. We got another runner on third, another runner on second, 2 in scoring position, and Grant Ross up to the plate. It's going to be a dribbler. Back to the pitcher. He's going to have to grab it. Throws it over to first. Makes a difficult throw, and that will retire Grant Ross. And we'll see what the call is. The first base coach for the Bulldogs coming out, having a conversation with the home plate umpire. He thinks that the first baseman's sides came off the bag, but it will be a no call. But the Bulldogs take a lead. They score 4 here in the bottom of the second inning. They're up by 1. To the top of the third we go, right here at Fesmeyer Field.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Go to the top of the third inning here at Fesmeyer Field. The Bulldogs have taken a 4-3 lead. That's going to be out on a one-hopper to left field. Elijah Ramsey will haul that in, and Cole Drake will be on with a leadoff single here in the top of the third inning. Everybody hit for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the second. Hopefully they'll do that again in the third. And now up to the plate. Have Jonathan Elborn getting his first plate appearance of the game. Here's a delivery to him. He's going to pop that one up on the left side. Running over is going to be Mitch Sisk, the third baseman. He's calling off his catcher. He loses it, but catches it just in the last possible second. He finds it in the sun, and Elborn is retired. So LaRocca up to the plate now. He'll take the first one in there for a called strike. Bryce LaRocca with a .302 batting average. He's gone 13 for 43 on the season. He walked in his first plate appearance. That was his first walk of the season, actually. Back there in the first inning. Now he'll get his second plate appearance over at first base as Drake. And from the stretch, Wyatt trying to keep things in control. He's at 51 pitches so far in this game, and that's going to be up on the left side. It's going to be launched way high in there. We're going to have to see Ramsey come in, call off his shortstop, Barrett, and he will take it himself out there in left field. And a good play there by the Bulldogs left fielder to be able to retire LaRocca. So now up to the plate, we have Tyler Jacobson, the catcher, hitting .211 on the season. He had a ground out to third base with bases loaded back in the first inning. That's the play that Mitch Sisk was able to field gently and step on the base, head back to the dugout. And a quick 2 outs here from the Bulldogs. Scotty Wyatt with a pickoff attempt over there to Grant Ross at first. Drake able to step back on the first with ease. And Jacobson now trying to get on the board here. Over to first again. Another pickoff attempt. Jacobson, one of 2 Choctaw not to reach base yet in this game. Him and Breerwood, the leadoff hitter, are the only 2 that haven't reached yet for Mississippi College. And Wyatt from the stretch will go home. It's going to be a good pitch up on the letters, but just upstairs and out of the zone. They're not going to give it to him here. Game 2 of the softball game getting started here behind us. Lots of action here at Fesmire Field. They're looking forward to a tailgate later in the game. It looks like about 5 o'clock is when they expected the grills to heat up, and hopefully some students, after a day of class, will head out here to Fesmire Field to cheer on their Bulldogs, who have just taken a commanding 4-3 lead here, rallying back in the bottom of the second inning. So Scotty Wyatt from the stretch, he's going to go home with it. It's going to be outside once again, and it'll be a 3-ball, no strike count as the control slips away a little bit now that there's pressure on first base. Drake started things off with a single, and a pop fly by Elborn, a fly out by LaRocca. There's a delivery from Wyatt right down the middle of the pipes, called strike 1. Jacobson this season with 3 RBIs, 2 long balls, 2 doubles. He's walked 5 times on the season. He was looking for number 6 there, and that's exactly what he'll get. So Jacobson to first. Drake now moved over to second. And now Logan Sheridan, the sophomore, have an opportunity with 2 on and 2 outs here as the infield shifts over to the right side. Dylan Barrett looks to Caden Cottrell as catcher, gives him the signal there from shortstop of what the throwdown situation is going to look like. Barrett, the shortstop, is closer in position to second base than the runner is in Drake. And the first pitch will be in there for a called strike. Sheridan in the second inning had the double, came around to score, the only run put up by the Choctaw in the top of the second inning. Wyatt will look back, and he's going to go home. It's going to be out towards the left side. Running over is going to be Elijah Ramsey. Will it be fair or foul? It is just foul. Ramsey slamming into the chain link fence that is the Bulldog left field bullpen. And both runners will head back to second and first base respectively. As a very different plate appearance, Scotty Wyatt able to have his control in this one. Started things off with a 3-0 count against Jacobson, and now he's got Sheridan down 0-2. So he's going to look in, get the signal. A huge gap there on the left side between shortstop and third base available, and that's going to be in the dirt. Caden Cottrell making a good grab, minimizing a ball. We'll see how they credit that, but that's going to do it here for the Choctaw in the top of the third inning. They strand 2. It's Drake at second base, Jacobson at first. To the bottom of the third inning we go. We'll be right back with you here. Bulldogs up by 1.
I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Here we go. It's the bottom of the third inning. They're going to leave in Jimmy Wilson. He's thrown 45 pitches in 2 innings. He's given up 6 hits, 4 runs, all of those coming in the bottom of the second inning. Struck out 1, walked 1, and faced 13 batters. The Bulldogs batted around in the bottom of the second, and just back where we were an inning ago, Mitch Sisk will have the leadoff spot here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the third inning. A note is that Elborn is taken over there at third base. He came on in relief of Cooper offensively at the plate, so he will now enter defensively for the Choctaws. So Jonathan Elborn will now be the new third baseman entering this game. Moving quickly here is the pitcher. It's going to be hit on the ground to the second baseman. Breerwood will make the throw, and Sisk is retired in a good play by the Choctaw second baseman. Good play there. Charging in was Breerwood. And now we see Carson Chavies up to the plate. He battled for what felt like 15 minutes almost. It definitely was not, but it sure felt like it there in the bottom of the second inning as he continued to battle at the plate, took the walk, eventually came home to score on the single by Barrett. Fouls that one down the left side. He'll get another chance here. Very split infield. The shortstop, Sheridan, playing far off of second base, and a huge gap in the middle. If Carson Chaves is able to sneak something up the middle or even towards center field on the left side, there is a quite hefty gap for Carson Chaves if he wants to poke one out there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here, the count to the Bulldog right fielder. Wilson, who was moving very quickly, slowed down a little bit, and that ball is just outside the zone. The catcher, Jacobson, holding that one for a while. They thought that they might have strike 3 there on Chavies, but got the no call. That's going to be a little dribbler back to the first base dugout. Might have got a piece of the ankle there of Chavies. So umpire will come out, stock up on baseballs. We'll do it all over again here now with a full count to Carson Chavies. He battled in the second inning. We'll see if he continues here in the bottom of the third. And that pitch is going to be a swing and a miss by Carson. He goes down on strikes, and the Choctaws will take it around the horn. So while the first 2 runners got on in the bottom of the second, both of them have been quickly retired here in the bottom of the third inning. It'll bring up the Bulldog catcher Caden Cottrell, who's had the only extra base hit of the game so far for the Bulldogs with that double in the bottom of the second inning. A huge turning point for the Bulldogs offensively already early in this game, and that really was what kick-started and propelled the Bulldogs into putting up 4 in the bottom of the second. So Cottrell will step in. That was his 4th double of the season just an inning ago, and he's going to take a swing and a miss through that one. So Wilson electing now a very quick windup. It almost is a modified stretch. He really does a little hop and a jig there on the mound to get that ball towards home plate. And one of the fastest windups you'll ever see here comes from Wilson. That's going to be out towards left center field. Running over LaRocca and Drake. Drake will call him off and haul it in out there in left center field. Down goes Cottrell, and the Bulldogs go 1, 2, 3 through their order. To the bullpen we go for the first time. We'll see who the Bulldogs bring in relief for Scotty Wyatt to the top of the fourth. We'll be right back with you.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
As we kick things off here in the top of the fourth inning, Blaze Breerwood will be the leadoff hitter. He's getting his third plate appearance in just these 4 innings that we have gone through here at Fismeyer Field. The Bulldogs still have a 4-3 lead going into the top of the fourth, and that will do it for Scotty Wyatt. He threw 61 pitches, went 3 complete innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, striking out 3 batters, and walking 4 in the 18 that he faced in this game. They're going to turn the keys over here to Brody Mann, new face to the Bulldogs, the freshman out of Fairview High School in Fairview, Tennessee. This season he's got a 6 ERA. He's got 1 win, no losses. He's appeared in 5 games, starting in only 1 of those. He's thrown a complete 9 innings, giving up 8 hits and 6 runs, and that's going to be a hit out into right field. Carson Chavies will haul that in, and Breerwood will be on for the first time in this game with a single right over the head of Grant Ross, the first baseman. Breerwood getting things started here. Now 8 of the 9 batters here for the Choctaws have reached base in this game. Breerwood tightens that number within 1, and it'll bring up Caleb Reese. Reese singled, came around to score in the first inning. He hit a sacrifice fly out to center field in the the top of the second inning. And now he's got an opportunity there with Breerwood over at first here in the fourth inning. A little bit more about Brody Mann. Played all 4 years of baseball, 2 years of football in high school. Helped the travel ball team to a USSSA championship, and that's going to be out towards center field for Reese. So back-to-back singles here to get things started for Mississippi College in the top of the first inning, or in the top of the fourth inning, as Breerwood now makes his way over to second base. Reese now at first base, and 2 singles here. We'll put 2 on. No outs to get things started as they quickly begin to chip away here at Brody Mann, the freshman. He's listed as a 2022 perfect game preseason underclass All-American, was listed to a perfect game top prospect list. We're going to need those stats to come out here today against Mississippi College if he wants to protect this lead that the Bulldogs earned here in the bottom of the second inning. That's going to be launched over the first base dugout, foul. At the plate now is JT Vance. They've been able to keep him only to a walk. It was the wild pitch walk to him that scored Sheridan in the top of the second inning. A frustrating moment for the Bulldogs to give up that third run of the game. And Vance will take a check swing as they really are avoiding giving him anything good down the plate because they know he can hit it. So Mann's going to take a moment, take a pause. He'll now be locking into the stretch here. So Brody looks back, checks his runner Breerwood at second base. He's going to go home with it. Here's the pitch to Vance, out of the glove of Cottrell. It popped out like a snow cone there into the netting, And both runners will advance as Caden Cottrell makes a mistake behind the plate. And possibly a big costly one as the double play situation is now eliminated. So Reese now moves over to second base. Breerwood moves over to third. JT Vance will now inherit 2 runners in scoring position. The go-ahead run out there at second base, the tying run at third, and Brody Mann's going to have to do something special here as he throws the ball away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vance has lots of patience as the wind is just incredibly picking up here. Huge gusts. The flag is going way out towards center field. Lots of wind underneath it. You can see the pants of the outfield umpire shaking. And here's a delivery from Mann. Upstairs, ball 3. So a full count here against the best hitter from Mississippi College. Their cleanup guy, Sides, is on deck. You do not want to give him bases loaded here. Man's got to throw something, and he rings him up. Strike 3 for the first out here of the top of the 4th inning. A great pitch there by Brody Mann. Shuts down JT Vance. So finally, the Bulldogs have their first out here in the top of the 4th inning. They're going to need to do some work here to get 2 more with 2 on, both in scoring position as Wesley Sides, the first baseman, hitting .362, makes his way to the right-handed batter's box. He walked, came home to score back in the first inning, and takes a big swing and a whiff there on a great off-speed pitch by Brody Mann. So Mann will look over, check his runner at third base, and he'll go home with it. And it's going to be popped out towards center field. You know 1 run's going to be tagging, but can they get the ball? That's the question first. Colby Davis bobbling the ball. He makes the catch out there in right field, and he'll throw that in. 1 run will come home to score, and a sacrifice fly there by Wesley Sides will tie the game here at 4 apiece. Breerwood comes home to score from third. Reese goes from second to third base. And the go-ahead run for Mississippi College is 90 feet away with Cole Drake up to the plate. He led things off in the top of the 3rd inning. He got on with a single, was left stranded at second base. He's got 2 singles, 1 for each plate appearance he's had in the game so far. Bulldogs got to keep that number down if they're going to want to protect this tie game and not have to earn something back. Man, loading up, he's going to take it. And Cottrell's going to have to bury that one low to protect. So Brody Mann will look. Dylan Barrett finding his rhythm out there in the shortstop as that ball is poked right back into the backstop. It's Caleb Reese out there at third base. Mann's been able to get 2 quick outs after the initial pair of singles that led off this inning. As fans continue to filter here into Fesmeyer Field, many of them bringing the blankets this chilly day. That ball is just outside the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bulldogs needing to keep this game tied. And the big pitch here coming from Brody Mann with a 2-ball, 2-strike, 2-out count. 4 apiece. And here's a delivery. It's going to get a piece of Drake. It hits him on the elbow and will dribble down the first base line. Brody Mann will walk over, pick it up himself, just feet away from Drake. And Coach Casey's going to have a conversation with his catcher first and foremost before he makes his way to the mound. But the entire conversation here between Coach Casey is not going to be with his pitcher Brody Mann. It's going to be with the catcher Caden Cottrell, trying to calm him down behind the plate. And now the go-ahead run remains 90 feet away, and the insurance run could possibly be over there at first base as Drake is on with a hit by pitch. It's the 4th time this season that Drake is taking a hit by pitch, and that ball is going to be just low by Brody Mann to Elborn. Elborn entered the game in relief for Corey Cooper, both offensively and defensively in the third base position. So now Brody Mann from the stretch will look over more towards first base than he does at third, and he'll throw an off-speed pitch right outside the zone to take the ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Got to keep things tight here if you're the Bulldogs. Got some action going on at both bullpens. A little bit more for Mississippi College than for Union. The Bulldogs have really got to minimize something here as that ball is just upstairs. 3 balls, no strikes. It looked like a good placement, just a little high. And Mann is going to have to do something here. I mean, you want to keep something low in the zone, but entirely in control of this at-bat is Elborn with a 3-ball, no-strike count. Here's delivery from Mann. It's going to be not even close. It's a 4-pitch walk, and he hits one with a pitch, and now he throws one in the dirt, and the bases will be juiced. We're going to have a meeting at the mound. Bulldogs got to get something under control here, as this lead that they just had has slipped away from them, and hopefully it doesn't become anymore. We'll be right back with you here after this brief meeting at the mound.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillies, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Here we go. Bases loaded. Top of the 4th inning. Mississippi College has tied this game up already. Just a few minutes ago, their leadoff hitter Breerwood was able to come home and score after a leadoff single. And what started off with 2 singles has now been 3 free bases given up here by Brody Mann. So the bases are juiced. We've got Elborn on first, Drake on second, Reese on third, and at the plate is LaRocca. So he's going to wind up here. Generous leads all around. And Brody Mann will throw his first strike in a while. He had a 4-pitch walk given up just moments ago. He hit Drake with the ball. As fans continue to funnel in, they're giving away free food here by the field house. Students after class getting a little early dinner in here at Fesmeyer Field, and that's going to be hit right up the middle. It's going to go out towards the outfield. 1 run is going to come home to score. Mississippi College will take the lead. Here comes the second run. He's going to be in to score. That's going to be Drake from second base. And Reese and Drake both put up 2 runs on the board here on the RBI single by LaRocca. Gone is the Bulldogs' lead, and gone is the tie game. Choctaws up by 2. So Elborn will make his way over to second base. LaRocca now over at first base. Reese came home to score from third. Drake came home to score from second. And a brutal outing here in the top of the 4th inning by Brody Mann, who has been unable to get out of this jam here, as the Choctaw have put up 3 now in the top of the 4th inning. It's a 6-4 ball game and a lot more action than we saw here on Sunday in that 1-0 rubber match game. But we do like a little bit of offensive action. Always fun to watch. And here, Brody Mann will have to continue to work with 2 on, 2 out here in the fourth inning. Alicardi dropping back to second base, and a big swing and a miss there by Jacobson. Helps Brody just a little bit more. Good placement. Burns one down and out. So the wind is brutal. Still have a good day for some baseball. So Brody Man looks home. Here's a delivery. Off speed upstairs. As the control is struggling today. Out in the left field bullpen, the Bulldog pitcher just dropped a ball and it flew out into left field, so they're going to have to take a pause here in the game. Elijah Ramsey's going to go and grab that wild ball, throw it back into the bullpen, and we'll see what happens here. Here's a pitch. It's going to be out of reach. So Brody Man from the stretch, 3 ball, 1 strike. Got to throw something here. He does throw one right down the middle of the plate. Jacobson thought that he had ball 4, so he's going to have to make his way back into the batter's box, and he will have a full count here in a big game situation. We'll look back at this moment. It could be a defining moment here for the Bulldog pitching staff. A tough break here. Delivery, it about gets a piece of him, doesn't matter. It's going to be, we'll see if they call it a hit by pitch. Doesn't matter anyways, it's ball 4. Jacobson makes his way over to first base. Base is loaded again. So LaRocca will go to second base. Elborn will go to third base. Jacobson now at first. They're going to say that he was hit by a pitch. And now Sheridan in the 9 hole will have an opportunity in his 3rd plate appearance of the game. He struck out swinging in the last inning, had a double, came home to score in the 2nd inning. And a Brody Man control issue here has cost the Bulldogs 3 runs. So a big wind up here from Mann. Here's delivery. It's going to be in on the knees. A good catch there by Cottrell. Protects that at bat. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here from Mann. Got Elborn on 3rd. LaRocca on 2nd. Jacobson on 1st, and a 3 ball, no strike count here from Brody Man. Odds of Sheridan swinging at this next pitch, basically 0%. We'll see what happens. And here's a delivery to him, right down the middle of the plate. A good placement there by Mann, but it is going to need a couple more of those to get out of this jam the Bulldogs find themselves in. So Brody Man, here's the pitch, got to throw another strike. He does on the outside of the plate. The count will go full. And now with 2 outs, bases loaded, it's a full count situation. All the runners are going to be going. Everyone drops back to their normal position. Alicardi playing pretty far away from second base. And here's a big moment for Brody Man. Here go the runners, and it's going to be hit into second base. Alicardi's got it, throws it over to first, and the Bulldogs escape, giving up even more runs. They give up 3 here in the top of the 4th inning. The lead is gone. They've got to go earn that back. It is a 6-4 ball game, Mississippi College up, but Brody Man is able to get something on the ground. Alicardi minimizes the damage. We'll be right back with you here in the bottom of the 4th.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
After a terrifying long top of the fourth inning, we go to Noah Toney here in the bottom. We've got the 8, 9, and 1 batters due up here for the Bulldogs. Toney flew out to left field in his first plate appearance, and while there was action out there in the right field bullpen for Mississippi College, they are going to leave in Jimmy Wilson. Wilson's gone 3 innings, thrown 58 pitches, giving up 6 hits, 4 runs. Striking out 2 in the 16 batters that he faced so far in this game. That was Chavis and Davis. That's going to be right over the head of the first baseman, sides out into right field, and Noah Toney is on with his first hit of the game here for the Bulldogs. That leaves Grant Ross as the only Bulldog to not reach base yet in this game. Encouraging sign as we're going to have a meeting at the mound here. We'll be right back with you after this moment that looks like it might be a call to the bullpen.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Go to the bullpen for the first time for Mississippi College in this game. They're going to bring in the right-handed submarine pitcher, Carson Turner. Turner so far in this season has a 4.5 ERA. He's got 1 win, no losses. He's appeared in 2 games. He's thrown 2 total innings so far this season, giving up 3 hits, 1 run, walked 1, and struck out 2. Average against him has been about .375. Delivery. It's going to be right to the third baseman in the glove. A line drive, throws it over to first base. It's going to be a double play there made by Elborn over at third base. And just like that, Barrett goes down and Toney is swept off the plate. Back to the top of the lineup we go. It's Colby Davis, and the Bulldog runners just got swept off the base path. Pitch to Davis out there towards right field. Underneath it's going to be Vance. The runner, whole entire Choctaw team had basically already run off the field. That would have been embarrassing if Vance dropped it, but it didn't matter because he made the catch. To the top of the 5th inning we go. Bulldogs down by 2. It's 6-4 here at Fesmeyer Field.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillies, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
To the top of the 5th inning, back to the top of the Mississippi College lineup we go. It's Blaze Breerwood kicking things off here for the Choctaws, and the Bulldogs will go to their bullpen, and they've got some more action heating up there now as Brody Mann is done. He came in through 1 inning, gave up 3 runs, 3 hits, walked 1, hit a couple batters, faced 9 guys, and 37 total pitches. And now the Bulldogs will turn things over to Alex Johnson out of Roswell, Georgia. Graduated from Roswell High School, prep there. The 3-year letterman in varsity baseball, captain of the team his senior year. And accumulated 104 career strikeouts. Also part of multiple perfect game tournament championships in the summer. He's got 11.57 ERA so far this season, and he's going to throw a 4-pitch walk to the first batter that he sees. So Breerwood will now be aboard. Johnson yet to throw a strike. Johnson so far this season has thrown 2 1/3 of an inning. Last appearance was on February 20th, exactly about a month ago, against Lane College. He went 1 1/3 inning. He's given up 2 hits this season, 4 runs, and a big swing and a miss there by Caleb Reese. Will be the first strike of the game here from Alex Johnson. So Breerwood on with the walk. Reese at the plate already has a pair of singles. He's scored twice in the 1st and the 4th inning. Had the sacrifice fly to center field in the 2nd inning. And an off speed there. Be just outside of the zone. Johnson now taking a pause. Take a moment over there with Breerwood at first. He's going to go home with it from the stretch. A check swing is going to be a called strike 2 here against Reese. Good pitch there by Alex Johnson. One away from the ring up here. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here to Reese. Here's the delivery. It's going to be in the dirt. Caden Cottrell has a throw down to second. Alicardi makes a tag out at second base, and it's going to be a pickoff. A good play there by Caden Cottrell, the catcher for the Bulldogs. Throws it down. Alicardi rings up Breerwood, and gone goes the runner. The bases swept clean on a great play there by Caden Cottrell. Caught stealing. There was Breerwood. So far this season, he's attempted 6 times, and that was the 4th time that he got busted. That's going to be out on the right side. Running over is going to be Carson Chavies. He's going to be underneath it, and he hauls it in there in right field on back-to-back outs here for the Bulldogs. And a good turn of events. As Reese flies out to right. So JT Vance will now have his first look at Alex Johnson. Flew out to center field. And for the man who is named the Gulf South Conference Player of the Week, the Bulldogs have done a really good job of keeping him to only a walk. Here's a delivery to him. Inside on the hands, strike 1. He struck out looking in the 4th inning. He walked and was left stranded in the 2nd inning, and he flew out to deep center field way back in the 1st. Johnson stepping off the mound, back to the windup, and he throws an off speed that just doesn't get quite in there like he was hoping. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Top of the 5th inning. And loading up here is Johnson. It's going to be hit towards the shortstop. It's going to get through the gap out towards center field. Davis is going to have to come in and get it, and Vance is on with a single. And now every single batter for the Choctaw has reached in this game. Quickly exiting the dugout will be Coach Casey. He's going to come out and talk to Johnson, who's had a relatively decent inning, but they're going to go to the bullpen as they are not going to let him face Wesley Sides. They're going to try a couple different guys and multiple different tactics as Casey's going to pull Johnson and bring in another pitcher. We'll be right back with you after this brief pitching change here in the top of the 5th inning.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Bulldogs will turn it over now to Sam Galbraith, and they're going to pull Alec Johnson. He only went 2/3 of an inning. He faced 3 batters, and he gave up 1 hit. He was able to quickly work through the first 2, giving up only 12 pitches, 1 hit, 1 walk, and now it's going to be Sam Galbraith, the right-handed submarine pitcher who changed the entire way of his delivery this season and has had the best season of his career so far. He enters the game with a 10.12 ERA. He's appeared in 4 games. He's gone 2 2/3 of an inning so far this season, giving up only 1 total hit. He's given up 3 runs, 3 earned runs of the 5 that he has given up, and the runner's going to go, and it's going to be put into play. Mitch Sisk has it over at third base, over to first base, and he gets him. It's going to be a 5-3 put out there by Mitch Sisk to retire Wesley Sides, and a good outing here to only need 1 out, and Sam Galbraith comes, slams the door on any hope of the Choctaws scoring in the top of the 5th. To the bottom of the inning we go. Bulldogs still down by 2. Due up is the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. We'll be right back with you. Don't go anywhere here from Fesmeyer Field.
Your life, your home,
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Carson Turner remains in the game. He threw 1 inning, giving up only 5 pitches to the 3 batters that he faced. And it's going to be Elijah Ramsey kicking things off here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 5th inning. So far in this game, he grounded out to shortstop in the 1st inning. He had a single in the 2nd inning, which was turned into an RBI, but was eventually left stranded at 3rd. And the submarine pitcher is going to take that one right back to himself, throw it over to first base, and Elijah Ramsey is quickly retired here to start things off in the 1st inning. So that's going to bring up the Bulldogs' second baseman. That's going to be Alec Hardy here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So far, Turner has gone through all 4 batters that he's faced quickly and with ease. And now he's got Alec Hardy to work with. Alec Hardy grounded out to second base in the 1st inning. He singled and was left stranded in the 2nd, and now he faces Turner for the first time in this game. And Turner's unique approach and delivery method of the under the waist release point in the submarine is going to be interesting to see if the Bulldogs are able to get to him here, as he has made quick work of them in the 4th inning and now here in the 5th. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here to Alec Hardy. Hardy got a .310 average entering today. He's gone 27 for 87. Has a really good season offensively for the Bulldogs, really locking himself into that starting spot at second base. And now we'll see if Hardy's able to get anything going here, get things started for the Bulldogs here in the 5th inning. Here's a delivery, way low release point. Really hard to see. Basically, feels like you're almost getting a softball pitch more than anything on that one. And a great pitch there by Turner. Able to sneak that into a foul ball by Alec Hardy. So Ramsey grounded out to Turner. We'll see if Hardy can get something crack-a-lackin' here. And here's a delivery to him. And a floater is going to be able to get Alec Hardy down. Strike 3. He swings through that one. And the ball literally looked like it went upwards through the zone, crossed across the body, and a really good pitch by Turner. I don't know how you hit that. You just got to take that one for a ball. And an unbelievable pitch there by the Choctaw pitcher will put the 2nd out on the board here quickly for the Bulldogs. Strike 1 in there against Grant Ross. Ross is the only Bulldog batter to not reach base yet in this game. He hit a ground ball to the first baseman, covered by the pitcher in the 1st inning, and then he hit a ground ball to the pitcher, covered by the first baseman in the 2nd inning. So now he's got an opportunity now to see the infield shift over. Sheridan, the shortstop, will be playing right behind second base. Breerwood, the second baseman, moves over close towards first, and Grant Ross has a massive gap both between second base and the shallow right field, and also in the middle. So they're going to see if the ground ball shift is going to work against Grant Ross, and he's going to put that one way up in the air, out towards right field, going towards the wall. We'll see what the umpire says. Foul ball. Not going to be able to get it out. Ross got 100% of that ball and just launched it out of Fesmeyer Field over the right field bullpen. Foul. And the wind gust definitely helped him there to push that guy out. But it's not going to be everything that Ross needed it to be. We'll see if he can straighten it out here. He's got a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Here is the delivery to Ross. He will take that as a hit by pitch, gets a piece of his elbow, and he'll make his way over to first. And now, officially, every single Bulldog has reached base here in this game. So now here we are in the middle of the lineup for the Bulldogs. Mitch Sisk, the third baseman, will have his first crack at Turner. He singled, came around to score in the 2nd inning. He grounded out to second base in the 3rd. He'll take the first pitch in for a called strike. Free food over by the field house has brought quite a bit of fans. 30 or 40 more students rolling into the ballpark here to cheer on the Bulldogs midway through this game. And Mitch Sisk is going to poke that right in the gap out towards center field. LaRocca will have to come and grab it, and the Bulldogs have 2 on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tying run now on first base. It's going to bring up Carson Chavies to try to knock him in. So a 2-out rally starts with a hit by pitch to Grant Ross. Mitch Sisk has his 2nd single of the day. And Carson Chavies, yet to have a hit in this game, but he does have a walk. He came around to score in the 2nd inning. He struck out swinging in the 3rd, but he has yet to face Turner in this game. We'll see if he's able to capitalize on the release point just like Mitch Sisk just did. There's not a lot of speed coming off of the arm of Turner, but the release point is just hard to read. So for batters who have been able to take the long at-bats, continue to battle, it sure has paid off in this game. If you're able to wait him out, let him make the mistake, and he'll throw you something down the middle, and that's exactly what he did to Mitch Sisk, and possibly here to Carson Chavies as well. The shortstop, Sheridan, playing close to the bag, protecting Grant Ross. He's moved into scoring position, taking a very generous lead out there at second base. And that's going to be launched out towards right field. Going back towards the wall is JT Vance. He's going to run out of room at the warning track, and it's going to bounce off the top of the wall, and it's a 3-run home run right there for Carson Chavies. And the Bulldogs take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning on a 3-run bomb here by Chavies. Grant Ross scores from second. Mitch Sisk scores from first. And the fans have something exciting to see here as the Bulldogs take a 7-6 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 2-out rally pays off here as Grant Ross was hit by a pitch. It got things started. Mitch Sisk got the single up the middle, and Carson Chavies hit a ball that probably could have been caught by JT Vance. He gave up on it, went to watch it, and it bounced off the top of the wall. Talk about pinpoint accuracy out there in right field. It literally bounced out of play. And the Bulldogs now up by 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. The game has turned, and a check swing will put a ball down the first base line from Caden Cottrell. Chavies got all of that one. I mean, it was a moonshot, and you can only thank the 24-mile-an-hour gust out towards right center field. That's all it needed to just get that extra oomph to get out of Fesmeyer Field today as Carson Chavies records his first home run of the season in a huge moment, exactly when the Bulldogs need it, and a pitch thrown away there by Turner will slip out of reach of Caden Cottrell. And what was really some lockdown pitching here from Turner turns into a blown lead on a 3-run shot by Carson Chavies. Still continuing to pitch from a modified stretch here. He'll go home within a big swing and a miss by Cottrell. Will be strike 3, but not before Carson Chavies slams the hammer down, gets the ball out of the ballpark, and the Bulldogs are now up by 1. 7-6 ball game. Lots of offense here in this one. To the top of the 6th we go. We'll be right back with you at Fesmeyer Field.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
We are through 5 innings here at Fesmeyer Field. The Bulldogs have just reclaimed their lead. They were up by 2 earlier in the game, and they had the 4-3 lead, then it was tied, and then they blew it. It was 6-4, and Carson Chavies went and stole it right back for him. The Bulldogs go to the bullpen once again in this game. Currently they've had 5 innings of work, and this will now be their 5th pitcher entering the game. It's Cole Smith. Sam Galbraith was able to come on, throw only 2 pitches, faced 1 batter, got the out that he needed to get out of the jam in the top of the 5th inning. And now Cole Smith with a .96 ERA will take over for the Bulldogs against Cole Drake. Pitch to Drake. Down low. Not going to get there. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Smith so far this season has thrown 9 1/3 innings of work. Has really found his stride. has not pitched in almost a month. The last time he played was against Delta State on February 24th. Pitched against Lane College and Washburn before that, but has been absolutely dominant out of the bullpen for the Bulldogs. He's appeared in 4 games. They're on 9 1/3 inning, giving up 5 hits, 1 run, walking 7 and striking out 6. He's given up 1 long ball and 1 double, but batters against him have only been able to put up a .161 average so far in his freshman season. Smith from the windup throws it, and it will be ball 4 here to Drake. So if you like a good offensive game, this is the one to tune into. It has just been hit after hit after hit, and runs after runs after runs. Smith comes from Clarksville Academy in Clarksville, Tennessee. Played all 4 years of baseball, named to the all-regional team. Graduated summa cum laude in high school, part of NHS. Studying business finance here at Union in his first year. That's going to be in there for a called strike 1 against Elborn. Elborn came in to the game in relief of Cooper. He walked and was left stranded during the 4th inning. We'll see if he's able to move his runner over. That's Drake over at first base, still with no outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch from the stretch. It's going to be popped up back over the fans out towards the field house. It will land with a thunderous ring as it hits the metal bleachers here at Fesmeyer Field. Elborn will now have himself down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Mitch Sisk over there at third base closing in. And Smith will throw it over to Grant Ross in a pickoff attempt to try to remove Drake. That just comes up short. The sun getting lower and lower, the shade slowly taking over the infield grass, but still not a cloud in the sky, and that ball will get away from Caden Cottrell. It'll dribble away, but going nowhere is Drake. Didn't want to test that pitch, and possibly a wise decision there as Caden Cottrell was able to have a little spring in his step to grab that as quickly as possible. And the Bulldogs get lucky that Drake had not committed to going, because that would have been a free base there on the wild pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. They're going to throw over to first base once again. Grant Ross applying the tag, not in time. It was close, though. And Smith will take a moment. Grant Ross set up over at first base, prepared for another pickoff, and here's the pitch. It's going home. It's a little chopper over towards first base. Charging over will be the catcher, Caden Cottrell. He runs out of room as he basically enters the dugout. He is standing now in the Mississippi College dugout as he tried to get that foul ball. He'll pick it up, throw it over to the third base dugout, and we'll do it all over again here in the top of the 6th inning. Already through 2 hours of this game. It's been a long game offensively. Lots of runs put up. Batters continuously fighting at the plate. Long at-bats throughout this one. Lots of pitching changes. And that's going to be in the dirt and away. Cottrell hauling that one in the back of the left-handed batter's box. So Smith, 1 runner on, has a 2-ball, 2-strike, no out count here. And he's going to get a big swing and a miss there by Elborn. He'll head back to the dugout. And that is going to be a great pitch there, buried by Smith to retire the third baseman. LaRocca now up to the plate here for the Choctaw. He walked in the first inning, was left stranded at first base. He flew out to left field in the 3rd, and he singled and was left stranded at 2nd in the 4th inning. Now he has 1 runner on. That's Drake over there at first base. And Cole Smith is going to want to put something on the ground, trying to roll it up, and that's exactly what happens. But it's going to get through the gap out towards left field. On the ground will be Ramsey. Gets past Dylan Barrett at shortstop. And the Choctaw have 2 on with 1 out here in the 6th inning. So Drake makes his way over to second base. LaRocca now at first on the single. Snuck that through the left side gap. And Jacobson will now be the batter with 2 on, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. He grounded out to third base in the 1st inning, left the bases stranded, bases loaded. Stranded all 3 runners back there in the 1st. We'll see if he can strand a few more here. He walked in the 3rd inning. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Here's the load up. It's going to be in there for a called strike 1 from Smith. Jacobson entered the game today with a .211 batting average, had 8 hits. Junior, Kishwaukee College. Before coming to Mississippi College, he hit .366 for the Cougars his sophomore season, had 20 RBIs during his 2 seasons along with 50 hits, 11 of those extra bases. He was named All-Arrowhead Conference in 2023, grabbed All-Region 4 team honors before transferring into Mississippi College this season. 2 balls, 1 strike. Alicardi creeping up on second base, possibly for a throw from Coldray. And that's going to be in the dirt. A good catch there by Caden Cottrell as the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike here against Jacobson. Coldrake out there at second base, LaRocca at first. The tying run at second, the go-ahead at first. And here's a delivery right down the middle of the plate. A great pitch there by Smith. Now we'll take a moment. These long at-bats here today. Both offenses continuing to battle on each and every pitch, getting their money's worth, and instead of giving the 4-pitch walk, he drills him right in the back on the number 1, and the bases will be loaded here. Drake and LaRocca had already committed to taking off on the full count. So Drake is now at third, LaRocca's on first, and Jacobson is hit with the pitch, bringing up Sheridan with the bases loaded here in the 6th. The Bulldogs have got to protect the lead that Carson Chavies just was able to steal back. And it's going to be a really interesting pitching decision. The infield's going to be playing in, ready for a play at the plate. They've got to protect home. So that's Mitch Sisk and Grant Ross playing in on the infield grass, ready to take any ground ball right back to Caden Cottrell. And with bases loaded, Sheridan, the left-handed batter, already has a double. Came around to score in the 2nd inning. He struck out in the 3rd and grounded out in the 4th. The pitch to him is going to be in there for a called strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Sheridan has the opportunity to be the man of the hour and steal that title right back from Carson Chavies here in the top of the 6th inning. And here's a delivery. Outside, ball 2. Game moving a lot slower than the one on Sunday. That was about 2 hours and 5 minutes is what Mitch Sisk said, because that might be one of the fastest games the NCAA has had, let alone this season or possibly all time. He goes, that game was flying. It was 0-0 all the way to the 9th, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. It felt like over and over and over again, and Alicardi was able to break that in the bottom of the 9th to give the Bulldogs the series win over Shorter. They're going to need some similar action here. That's going to be hit to Alicardi. He throws it over to shortstop, over to first base. It'll be a 4-6-3 double play, and the Bulldogs escape a bases-loaded jam. No runs surrendered here in the top of the 6th inning. They protect their 1-run lead, and the bases are left stranded on a double play turned by Alicardi and Dylan Barrett. To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Bulldogs up by 1.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
bottom of the 6th inning against a new pitcher here for the Choctaw. Lane Little will take over, the left-handed pitcher out of West Monroe, Louisiana. Transferred in from Louisiana, Monroe. Finished second on the team in wins last season, had 10 appearances. He's looking here to face the 8, 9, and 10 hitters for the Bulldogs. Umpire will call timeout here. Credit that to Noah Toney. And that moves Turner from the game. Turner, the submarine pitcher, gave up 3 runs, 2 hits, 28 pitches. He went 2 innings, was locked down in the first inning and struggled in the second. Of course, highlighted by the huge 3-run home run by Carson Chavey. So Noah Toney, here's the pitch to him, way upstairs. The count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Noah Toney has a single already in this game. Flew out to left field in the second inning. Before Mississippi College, Lane Little spent his time at the University of Louisiana at Monroe. It's going to be a strikeout. Toney's going to run over, and they're going to get him on the drop, 3rd strike. He was named a perfect game preseason All-American, 1st team All-State, 1st team All-Parish, 1st team All-NELA, team All-District, all the accolades. So far in the season, he's got a 15.43 ERA for the Choctaw. He has no wins, 1 loss. He's appeared in 2 games. He's thrown a combined 2 1/3 inning. He's given up 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk. Faced 11 batters, and now he will be facing the shortstop for the Bulldogs, Dylan Barrett, here in the 9-hole. He's going to put that one out towards right field. It's going to go out of play. Barrett singled, came around to score in the 2nd inning. It's a line drive in the 4th inning to the 3rd baseman. And he's going to have a big swing and a miss as Barrett goes down on strikes. 1, 2, 3. So back-to-back swinging strikeouts here to get things going from Lane Little. To the top of the lineup we go for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Colby Davis getting his 4th plate appearance of the game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He singled, was left stranded at 3rd. He struck out swinging in the 2nd and flew out to right field in the 4th inning. And now he's back up in the 6th inning, and the first pitch that he sees, he had to do a little bit of a matrix jump to avoid taking that one to the ribs. It almost looked like it got a piece of him the way that it moved back to the backstop, but he was able to hop out of the way to avoid the hit by pitch, and a big swing and a miss there on the next pitch that he sees from Lane Little. Creeping in on the infield grass is a 3rd baseman, Elborn. Don't expect Davis to drop a bunt, but there's always the possibility. He has quite a bit of speed here for the Bulldogs, and he'll take the next pitch in there upstairs and out for ball 2. So now Little will step back in. Big long stance, and he'll go home with it. Davis drops the bunt. It's going to be the catcher. Jacobson has to make the throw, and it is in time. The first baseman Sides started celebrating before the umpire rung him up, and it looked like Davis was just there at the same time, and they're going to give it to Jacobson, who made a really good play there from home plate through a cannon, and a missile was released to first base to retire Colby Davis. To the top of the 7th we go. Bulldogs still up by 1. I'll be right back with you.
Your life, your home,
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Mississippi College will head back to the top of their lineup. They've got the 1, 2, 3 hitters due up here in Breerwood, Reese and Vance. And Cole Smith will remain on in the ball game for the Bulldogs. He threw 1 inning, 23 pitches, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk. Faced 5 batters, and it was definitely a scary top of the 6th inning. But he was able to get out of the jam with bases loaded in a double play turned by Alec Hardy and Dylan Barrett in the middle infield. And hopefully they don't have to do the same thing again as he looks to get things started. But unfortunately, he's got a 2-0 count here early against Breerwood. Breerwood in his 5th plate appearance takes a big swing and a miss there at that one. He walked in the 5th inning but was then caught stealing by Caden Cottrell. In the 4th inning, he singled, came around to score, flew out to left field in the 2nd inning and struck out swinging back in the 1st. He takes that one in there for a called strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here to the Choctaw second baseman, the leadoff hitter. And from the windup, here's a delivery. He's going to put that in play. It's going to be to Dylan Barrett. He's going to have to make the throw. Heads over, and he gets it. And that is a really good play there by Dylan Barrett at shortstop. Breerwood grounds out. It'll bring up Caleb Reese for his 5th plate appearance of the game. He singled, came around to score in the 1st inning, had a sacrifice fly to center field in the 2nd inning. He singled, came around to score. That's going to be hit to Mitch Sisk. He's going to grab it, throw it over to first base, and an easy 1 pitch, 1 out here, recorded by Smith. And Mitch Sisk able to put that away. A weird hop, and he handled it with ease. So back-to-back groundouts here will bring up J.T. Vance. He flew out to center field in the 1st inning, walked, was left stranded at second in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th, and singled in the 5th. He was the last guy that the Choctaw needed to get on base for everybody to do it. Both teams have seen all of their runners get on base at least 1 point in the game today. So Vance will load up. No one on, 2 outs. The Bulldogs looking for their first clean inning of the game. 1, 2, 3. We'll see if they can get it here. It's going to be a dribbler down the 3rd base line, caught by the 3rd base coach, who will toss it into the Bulldog dugout. So 0-2 the count. 1 strike away here on Vance. Great opportunity here late in the game to send us into the stretch. Enter the final 3rd of the ball game. And that's going to be way out of the zone, not even close. Coach Casey will come out, take it himself, head back to the dugout, and Smith is probably trying to get Vance to chase on that, and he's not going to chase something that's through the catcher's legs. So here's the load up, full windup from Smith. Goes home with it, a check swing. They're going to appeal to first base. They say he went, he got him. And a 1, 2, 3 perfect inning here for Cole Smith, the first of the ball game for the Bulldogs here in this game. To the bottom of the 7th we go. It's time to stretch here at Fesmeyer Field. Bulldogs protect their 7-6 lead.
award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Lane Little will have another inning of work for himself. Both pitchers going 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 6th and the top of the 7th inning. The Bulldogs have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here in the bottom of the 7th. It's Elijah Ramsey who gets to lead off things as the shade and has now begun to take over the field here at Fesmeyer. The lights have begun to illuminate here as we head into the final innings of this long ball game here at home. Ramsey's going to put that one out towards left field. It's going to pop towards the triangle. Running in, the left fielder will call it. He hauls it in, and that's going to do it there for Elijah Ramsey as he is retired by Cole Drake. Sheridan, Elborn, and Drake were all collapsing in on that ball, but there wasn't enough. There was too much height, actually, to avoid a possible triangle formation out there in left field. Alec Hardy now up to the plate will take the first pitch he sees in there for a called strike 1. He struck out swinging in the last at-bat he had back in the 5th inning. And then a long time ago, he had a single and was left stranded in the 2nd inning, grounded out in the 1st. Running over to the foul ball is going to be out of room with Sides. Sides actually had enough room to get that ball. Alec Hardy put it right in foul territory, and Sides just ran out of effort and almost overran it. It was closer to the umpire than it was to him. Breerwood at second base, charging over in an attempt to grab that foul ball as well, and now Alec Hardy finds himself down 0-2 in the count just as quickly as he made his way to the batter's box. So Little continuing to pitch from the left side of the rubber, cues up right on the end of the rubber as far as he can go, and he's going to throw that one just inside to Alec Hardy, who will hold off on it for ball 1. Action in both bullpens. One guy warming up per bullpen. Little will now look to have another clean back-to-back inning here as Alec Hardy puts it in play. It's going to be right under the glove of the second baseman, Breerwood. It'll go out towards center field. LaRocca will have it, and Alec Hardy is on with a single, his 2nd of the day. Good hit there by Alec. That is his 29th hit of the season and his 89th at-bat. He's got 13 RBIs, and he just added 2 more to the 27 he entered today with. And Grant Ross will now have an opportunity to knock him in and try to add a few more insurance runs to the bullpen for the Bulldogs. Will have to close out this game. The Bulldogs have already used 5 relief pitchers, and that is going to be Alec Hardy getting a stolen base on the pitch. The middle infielders here from Mississippi College did not agree with that call. It looked like a really, really good throw down, and Sheridan was the one who made the tag on Alec Hardy, but they said that he slid underneath. It got right through there, and Hardy will now be at second base, and the force out is removed. No double play opportunity here as Grant Ross takes a big swing through that one. Ross grounded out in the 1st and the 2nd inning. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th, came around to score in that 3-run inning. Scored on the home run by Carson Chavies. And he was the one that got on board with 2 outs to get that whole rally started just 2 innings ago. One ball, 2 strikes. The count here to the sophomore first baseman, leading the Bulldogs in basically every hitting statistics this season. He's had a slow game today, but he's been able to get on base, scored the run. That was so crucial in that 5th inning. And now he's got Hardy mirroring him out there on second base. Scoring position. We'll see if Ross is able to trade places with him or get out there on board. He's going to put it out towards left field. Running in will be Drake slowly, and he will grab it on about a 4-foot crawl out there in left to retire Grant Ross. So Drake getting some action out there in left field here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He caught a fly ball from Ramsey and Ross, and now it will bring up Mitch Sisk. Sisk was able to get the big single up the middle to really further that 5th inning rally. Broke through the hitless cycle that the Bulldogs had been shut out for a few innings, and he cut through that one in the 5th. And he's going to take a big swing and a miss through that one here from Little. Sisk has a pair of singles on the day, one in the 2nd inning, one in the 5th. Scored both times. So definitely want to get him back on base again if history says anything in this game. And he's going to put that one out towards left field. There's no question about that. Going back towards the wall is Drake, and it's going to bounce off of the scoreboard, and that will be a 2-run home run here for Mitch Sisk. And that's going to add some insurance runs here for the Bulldogs. And Mitch Sisk basically hit the scoreboard and said, hey, I'll put the runs on the board myself. And the Bulldogs are now up 9-6 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They take the commanding lead that they were needing. And Mitch Sisk adds another home run, his 4th of the season. He adds another RBI. He's up to 14. And the Bulldogs, that's going to be the ground rules here of the stadium, that if it hits the scoreboard, it's gone. And even though it bounces back onto the field, Drake nowhere to throw it. Back to the pitcher. Mitch Sisk brings the hammer down, and look who's up to bat. It's Carson Chavies. Chavies already has a 3-run blast back in the 5th inning. We'll see if he's able to get something going here again here too. But the 2-out home runs in this game have put up 5 runs on the board for the Bulldogs. That's been the story of this one. As now Sisk has a home run and Carson Chavies, both with 2 outs. And the Bulldogs are now up by a commanding 3 runs. They're going to need all of that here, as offense has been explosive on both sides of the plate today. And Chavies will take that one low and outside from Little. So now that the shade is taking over the field, we see a lot of players on the left side no longer using the sunglasses their counterparts on the right, and they're going to say that is strike 3. They're going to ring up Carson Chavies. He doesn't agree with it, but honestly, the Bulldogs were able to add some insurance runs, and that's okay. We're up by 3 on a huge moonshot by Mitch Sisk. Bulldogs up 9-6. To the bullpen we go again for the 5th time in this game. We'll be right back with you with the new pitching change as we go to the top of the 8th inning.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
The Choctaws have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up here in the top of the 8th inning. Wesley Sides will be the first of record here against the new pitcher for the Bulldogs. It's Ethan Orwig taking his spot on the mound. He will now be the 6th pitcher for the Bulldogs utilized in this game. We started with Wyatt. He went 3 innings. Brody Mann went 1 inning. Alex Johnson went 2/3 of an inning. Sam Galbraith went 1/3 of an inning. Cole Smith threw 2, and now Ethan Orwig is on for the 8th inning. That's going to do it for Smith, who went 2 innings through 34 pitches, giving up only 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and no runs, as he continues to have a commanding season here for the Bulldogs and a great year in his first year with the Dogs. Ethan Orwig struggling so far this season, especially in the ERA numbers, has appeared in 10 games. He's got a 19.5 ERA, the highest of his collegiate career. He's got 2 wins, 2 losses, and he's thrown 6 innings of work the entirety of the season. 14 hits given up, 14 runs given up, and really he's had the 5 hit by pitches and the 5 walks that have really begun to plague him throughout the season. That's a good pitch in there. They're not going to get the call. It'll go 2 balls, 2 strikes against Sides, who walked in the first inning, came around to score, struck out swinging in the second, had a sacrifice fly, received the RBI in the 4th, and grounded out in the 5th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Warwick. It's going to be in the dirt. No chance for that one. Warwick's last outing came on March 9th, 10 days ago, against Christian Brothers University, where he gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, no walks, no strikeouts, but a double, and it's really the thing that gave up the runs there. And from the stretch, here's the pitch. It's going to be popped back into the press booth. No chance for that one. So Orwig will reset. Hardy will shift closer to first now. It's a very split infield out there in center field. Colby Davis playing about 6 feet off left, towards left field more than right. And here's a delivery from Orwig. It's going to be ball 4. Mitch Sisk really being a late inning hero of this game, giving the Bulldogs a few more runs of insurance. Hopefully they don't have to use that cushion. They can just keep the foot on the gas and end this game here with a large lead. But starting off with a leadoff walk is not the way to do that. Hopefully we can get something on the ground here. Hardy and Barrett already turned 1 double play to end the 6th inning. We see Mitch Sisk there on the left creeping in for a possible ground ball or even a bunt here from Cole Drake, the left fielder for Choctaws. Drake has reached all 4 times he's been to the plate today. He singled and was left stranded in the 1st and the 3rd inning. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Brody Mann came around to score, and then he was walked in the 6th inning. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here. The top of the 8th. The Bulldogs have another guy warming up. You see the bullpen for Mississippi College. No one's warming up yet, but there's a couple guys doing bands, getting some stretching in possibly to come in the bottom of the 8th inning or warm up a closer if they're able to push this game to the bottom of the 9th. But they've got 6 outs left here to get back in this game. Mississippi College put up 2 runs in the 1st inning, 1 in the 2nd, before the Bulldogs answered with 4 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And the Choctaw blew it open in the top of the 4th inning. They put up 3. Carson Chavies took the lead in the bottom of the 5th, putting up 3, and Sisk added a couple cushioning runs here in the bottom of the 7th, 2 more than. The Bulldogs are up 9-6. They've got 9 runs on 11 hits, no errors. The Choctaws got 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. And a 2-2 count here against Cole Drake. Will be commanded by Ethan Orwig, throwing the ball in the dirt. Caden Cottrell protecting that from hitting the backstop as the count goes full. He's got to get his control in check here to not walk back-to-back batters. A frustrating possibility here for a pitcher that struggled with his control on and off throughout the season. He's had great games and he's had bad games. And that's just the story of the season here for Bulldog bullpen pitchers. Here's a delivery. Orwig, perfect pitch right down the middle of the plate. That's launched out towards the parking lot by the field house over the first base dugout. Really good pitch there by Ethan, putting it right down. A little bit of heat on that one in the middle of the zone. Trusting his defense. That's exactly what you got to do here late in the game. Just cannot be giving up those free bases. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a little dribbler foul. Bounces off the plate. And Drake continuing to staying alive. A great pitch there by Orwig. Got to do it one more time here. With a full count. Runner on first base. That sides over there at first. Reached on the walk. These long plate appearances continue late into the game here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, count is full. Here's the pitch, it's in, they're gonna ring him up. He took off towards first base. Drake thought that he had ball 4. He was about halfway there and the umpire said, no, soup for you. He rang him up, strike 3. Heading back to the dugout with a whole lot of nothing is Cole Drake. And it's gonna bring up the third baseman, Elborn, who will now be replaced with Luis Alcantara. So we'll have a pinch hitter here for Elborn. He came in on relief of Cooper, and now Alcantara will come in relief for him. First plate appearance of the game here in the 8th inning. Alcantara out of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Transferred into Mississippi College out of Western Nebraska Community College. Gulf South Conference academic honor roll last season. And he's going to put that one right past the glove of Alicardi. It's going to go into right field. Carson Chavis bobbles it. It gets underneath him. He might have lost it. They're going to wave home sides. He's going to round third. He's coming into home. He's going to make it. And that's going to be possibly a triple there for Alcantara, who has a pinch hit RBI here in the 8th inning. And that might do it here for Ethan Orwig as Coach Casey is exiting the bullpen, or the dugout as he looks to the bullpen. In a tough situation. We'll see how they score that there. As Alcantara was able to just get that past the glove of Hardy. I mean, even if Chavis is able to cleanly field that, there's probably a possibility that the run scores. But that is just a tough break as that ball went about 10 feet past the right fielder. And this game is now within 2 runs. Be right back with you here. Just a moment as Coach Casey heads back to the dugouts. Casey's going to leave in Ethan Orwig with a runner on third. A tying run now represented at the home plate. The runs of insurance no longer exist here. This game is 7-9. The Bulldogs still up by 1. They haven't added the run to the scoreboard officially yet. They're still trying to score what that was. They're going to say that Alcantara had a single, advanced on the error, and then advanced to third. They're going to say it was an unearned run at the plate. And a big swing and a miss there by La Roca. So Alcantara only given a single on that as he made his way all the way to third. So Orwig now looks the runner Alcantara in the eyes across from him at third base. He's going to go home with it, and a big swing and a miss there by La Roca. He goes down on 1, 2, 3 pitches in a beautiful placement. Served up by Ethan Orwig. Will put away La Roca here for the second strikeout of the inning. And it'll bring up the catcher, Jacobson. So a runner on third. It's a 2-run ball game. See if the Bulldogs are able to add any more in the bottom of the 8th. They're going to have a conversation between Jacobson and the third base coach here from Mississippi College. What the plan and strategy is to face Ethan Orwig. And he's going to have his opportunity here. Still the tying run symbol at the plate. Take a few practice swings. They're going to charge that as a needing there. The first charged one here to Mississippi College. And now Orwig will have to settle back into his groove, and he's able to get 2 strikeouts so far in the inning, 1 to Drake and 1 to LaRocca. Let's see if he can get another one here to Jacobson. He's pitching from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss there by Jacobson, the catcher. He grounded out to third base in the first inning. He walked and was left stranded in the third, and then he's gotten beaned twice already in this game. He got hit by the pitch in the 4th inning and the 6th inning and wasn't able to get anything out of it. Hasn't come home to score, even though he's been on 3 times today. A good off-speed there by Orwig just outside the corner. And a really good placement there by Ethan, is unable to get the called strike that he was hoping for, but it keeps the catcher Jacobson on his toes. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. And a good pitch there just outside again. Unable to get him to chase. Still 2 guys warming up, 1 in each bullpen. Temperature just keeps dropping and dropping here at the Fez. Woke up this morning to a lot of frost on campus. Frost is gone, but the wind chill is not. Ain't that for sure? That's going to be a third base. Mitch Sisk, he's got it. Throws it over to first. It's a 5-3 ground out, and Ethan Orwig is able to escape the top of the 8th inning here, giving up only 1 run on 1 hit. We'll be right back with you here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Bulldogs have 1 more opportunity to add a cushion. We'll be right back with you here. Bulldogs up 9-7.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Will lead things off here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 8th inning. They've got the 7, 8, and 9 batters due up. Caden Cottrell, Noah Toney, and Dylan Barrett. Cottrell swings and misses at the first pitch that he sees from the reliever Cooper Gadman. So far in this game, the Choctaw have used 4 pitchers. The Bulldogs have used 6. Wilson started the game for the Choctaw. He went 3 innings, 62 pitches, 7 hits, 4 runs. Turner came in the 4th. He went 2 innings through 28 pitches, 2 hits, 3 runs. Lane Little was lights out for his first inning and then struggled a little bit in the next one. He gave up the 2-run shot to Mitch Sisk, and now it will be Cooper Gadman, who is in his 4th season with Mississippi College, and he's in his best one yet. He's got a 5.27 ERA. He's 1-1 on the season in the 8 games that he's appeared in. 7 of those have been out of the bullpen today, getting his 8th look. He's gone 13 2/3 of an inning so far this season, giving up 24 hits, 14 runs. But the interesting thing is that only 8 of those runs are earned. A very unique statistic, as Caden Cottrell is retired over at first base. Noah Toney up to the plate now. He will have his 4th look at the plate today. And actually, it looks like we are going to turn it over to Ryan Aljancic as a pinch hitter here late in the game. So Toney will exit, Aljancic will come in. A reminder that Alcantara is now playing third base for Elborn. And Aljancic will get his first look of the day. He puts that right down the first baseline, through the legs of the first baseman's sides, right through the wickets. It goes out towards right field. Rounding first will be Aljancic. He's going to hold up, stay there, and Vance has it out in right field. Aljancic comes in, gets the pinch hit single that the Bulldogs need as a catalyst to get things started here in the bottom of the 8th inning, with Dylan Barrett coming up to the plate. Lots of errors, it appears, but it's interesting to see that he's given up 14 runs this season, only 8 of them earned, and yet he's only given up two walks the whole season. So you never know what that comes from. So Barrett now up to the plate. He had a line drive out to third base in the 4th inning. He singled, came around to score back in the 2nd, and struck out in his most recent plate appearance in the 6th inning. Aljancic is now replaced by Will Allen Smith out there as a pinch runner. So Smith is able to add some speed to the base path here for the Bulldogs. Here in the bottom of the 8th, looking to get 1 or 2 more runs on the board just to give a little bit of insurance. It looks like Jamal Allen will be the guy warming up out there in the left field bullpen. They've used him as a semi-closer throughout the season. Orwig, his setup guy, did exactly the same thing in this game. We'll see if they bring him on to close out the top of the 9th inning. And a high-flying pickoff attempt there just falls short. So Gadman will now look over. Will Allen Smith leading off first with a huge lead. We'll see if he takes off running. He's going. Here's going to be the throw down from Jacobson. Way off the mark. It's going to bounce out towards right field. Will Allen Smith will take off from second. He'll make his way to third base. And an error there on a throw will move Will Allen Smith 180 feet and within 90 feet of striking distance here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Aljancic gets him on. Will Allen Smith does the legwork. And on a bad throw down, went off the glove of Breerwood out into right field. And now Barrett will have an opportunity to score another run. Infield all in. He takes a big swing and a miss. He busted out the Big Bertha for that one. Looked to put that one over the left field wall and came up just short. Breerwood and Sheridan both playing in on the infield grass. All throws coming home on this play. And a hard hit ball is what Barrett needs to get this thing out of the infield. There's lots of little holes and gaps that he can poke it through to get it out towards the outfield. He's just got to find something carefully here. So Barrett will take a couple windmills. He'll shake it up, and here's the full windup from Gadman. He's going to take that one outside. Umpire does not call strike 3, and the count goes full with 1 out here to Dylan Barrett. On deck, we go back to the top of the lineup, and Colby Davis, Elijah Ramsey, and Alec Hardy. Here's a big moment for the Bulldogs. Dylan Barrett takes a swing. It's going to go to third base. They're going to make the throw home. It's going to be way off the mark. Coming home to score is Will Allen Smith. The Bulldogs put 1 more run on the board on a bad throw by Alcantara. He could have just taken his time, planted his feet, thrown it home, and eliminated Will Allen Smith. Instead, he hands the Bulldogs a free run here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Barrett will get on. So Barrett is aboard. Aljancic was replaced by Will Allen Smith there on the base path, so he comes home to score, and back to the top of the lineup we go. It's going to be Davis who drops a perfect bunt, and they're going to call that one down and foul there. Charging out in front of the plate was Jacobson. He had it in his hand, ready to make the throw over to first. And the umpire is going to take that one back. Home plate umpire today is Patrick Jeter. Out in the field we have Tyler Cook today, and Patrick Jeter said, hey, hold on, we're going to run that one back. So no balls, no strikes, 1 out here. Actually, it should be 1 strike. It should be a foul ball on that bunt. See how they call it here, and that one's going to be outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here to Colby Davis. Hasn't been able to get on base since the 1st inning, oh so long ago, where he had the single, was left stranded at third. Now with a runner on first, Davis has an opportunity with a 1-1 count as a pickoff attempt makes its way from Gadman decides. Mississippi College enters today with a winning record of 12-11. The Bulldogs today come into this one with 11-14. Told us not a conference action game, even though that is in the conference, and that's going to be popped up on the right side towards the triangle, running over, charging. We'll see, did he make the grab from second base? The umpire will say he did. He makes the call basically from home plate, kind of a far distance to see that one, but Breerwood able to make an unbelievable, outstanding play there. Sides the first baseman, lost his sunglasses in the charge out there, and it looked like he was about to collide with JT Vance, but Breerwood was able to make a very good play out there in shallow right field for the second out of the inning here, bringing up Elijah Ramsey as the Bulldogs are down to their final out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They're up by 3. They're able to bring in a closer, try to finish this game out, lock things down on defense. They're going to need to throw strikes here in just a few moments, but Ramsey, maybe he can add a few more here to send the Bulldogs to the 9th. Ramsey flew out in the 7th inning, grounded out in the 5th. Had the RBI single back in the 2nd inning where he scored Dylan Barrett. Here's the load up. He's going to put that into play. It's on the side. It's going to be the shortstop. Sheridan's going to take it himself. He bounces it over to first base, and he gets the out here against Ramsey. To the top of the 9th we go. Bulldogs 3 outs away from a victory. It's gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But going into the 9th inning, the Bulldogs are up 10-7, and it looks like we're going to the bullpen. We'll bring out the closer. We'll be right back with you here for some more Bulldog baseball.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Outs away. 3 outs left in the game and 3 outs for the Bulldogs to win this game here against Mississippi College. They turn it over to the closer from the stretch. It's Jamal Allen. He enters this game after transferring from Dillard University, grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, and is continuing his first season here for the Bulldogs. So far this season he's got a 5.79 ERA. He's got no wins, 1 loss. He's appeared in 9 games, recorded 2 saves, an opportunity, another one here. He's thrown 9 1/3 innings so far this season, giving up 9 hits, 6 runs, 7 walks, striking out 9 so far on the season. 1 substitution here defensively. Caden Cottrell exits the game, and Ben Smith enters behind the plate, and he will take over as the play caller for Jamal Allen on the mound, giving each and every pitch call here in the top of the 9th. We got the 9, 1, and 2 batters due up here for the Choctaws. Sheridan, the shortstop, the 182 average entering today, lead things off here against Allen. Sheridan hit into the double play in his last plate appearance that saved the game for the Bulldogs. There was bases loaded. Drake was on third, LaRocca was on second, and Jacobson was out there on first. And hitting into the double play, Sheridan really was unable to get anything done, and a huge play for the Bulldogs that we're going to look back at the end of this game and realize was a pivotal moment as they were able to swing right back in the next inning and get the home run by Mitch Sisk to put some insurance on the board, and that's going to be hit right up the middle. It's going to be fielded. No, it's not. It's going to get out towards center field under the glove of Dylan Barrett, and the Choctaws have their first runner on here in the the top of the 9th inning. here against Jamal Allen. That's Sheridan. So we go to the top of the lineup. And it's going to bring up Breerwood for his 6th plate appearance of the game. He grounded out to shortstop in the 7th inning. He was caught stealing after a walk in the 5th. He singled, came around to score in the 4th inning, and struck out and flew out in the 1st and 2nd inning, respectively. So Jamal Allen now with a runner over there on first is going to need to get his control figured out here. He has a lot of speed and velocity to his pitches. Just got to place them right. Mitch Sisk calls out over to Dylan Barrett to make sure that Barrett is in position, and Allen throws a ball in the dirt and immediately emotionally reacts there on the mound. Just needs to calm down. The game is in your control. You don't have to speed this up or go quickly. He's been throwing everything from the stretch regardless whether there's a runner on or not. And he's going to take that one home. It gets away from Ben Smith into the backstop. Rounding second is going to be Sheridan. He'll hold up there as Alec Hardy goes over to grab him. And Sheridan will now be at second. The double play opportunity is now eliminated on a bad pitch by Allen as he spikes that one in the dirt. So Sheridan now at second. Alec Hardy will be the infielder who holds him. He's going to give the sign to Allen to talk about a possible pickoff. Allen has a decent pickoff capability. But you never know in a game like this if you want to have a chance to throw that ball away, and Allen's just going to go home with a perfect off-speed pitch over the plate. Allen will look in, get the sign from Ben Smith. The 2-1 count here. He'll load up Alec Hardy jumping from second. He'll return to his position, fake, go back, fake, go back, and Allen will go home with it. It's going to be a good pitch. It's fouled back into the dirt. It looked like that was a foul ball on a big swing there, and somehow they're going to let They're going to let Sheridan stay at third base, even though the umpire looked like he motioned for it to be foul. Apparently it was not, and Sheridan got away with that one. So now there's a runner 90 feet away within striking distance. Here's the pitch. It's going to be strike 3 from Allen. Down goes Blaze Breerwood here in the top of the 9th inning. He rings him up on a low fastball in the zone. And now it'll be Caleb Reese. As the Bulldogs have been home for the last few games, students have returned from spring break. They were able to catch the end of that shorter game on Sunday. Good attendance. Peaked kind of around the 4th, 5th inning here today. A check swing there by Reese as he holds off. Reese so far in this game has a pair of singles in the 1st and the 4th inning. He's had 6 plate appearances now. And he has scored 2 runs, going 2 for 5 with a sac fly in the 2nd as well. The Bulldogs will go on the road here after this one. They'll go to Auburn Montgomery. They will play down in Alabama this weekend. They've got a game on Friday, 2 on Saturday. They've got Arkansas Tech at home next week. That's on Tuesday here at Fesmeyer Field just a week from today. And then a week after that, they'll play Freed Hardeman here in a highly anticipated game at the Fez before heading to Florida for a while as they go into their final months of the season. Going to finish out a strong rebound season. They've had a chemistry and a fight and a will to continue to stay in these games late, battle back, had many come from behind victories, and a lot more energy to Coach Casey's staff this year as Allen is able to get Reese to swing and miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. He's 1 pitch away here from ringing up Reese, and it's going to be JT Vance that's on deck, possibly the final batter of the game or an opportunity to tie the game. Big pitch here from Allen from the stretch. It's going to be out towards left. Dropping back towards the wall is going to be Ramsey. He's out on the warning track. It's deep. It's way back at the wall, and it's going to be gone. A home run brings the game within 1, and Jamal Allen gives up a 2-run shot here in the top of the 9th inning. A frustrating moment here if you're the Bulldogs. You've worked all this game to stay in this, and just like that, the game is within one, and when you're a strike away, Caleb Reese launched his 9th home run of the season. He adds another RBI to his total. He's now got 20 RBIs on the season, and a home run here with one out just deflates you if you're a Bulldog fan. They got to stay in this game, and the guy up to the plate is the last person you want up after the week that he had. He's been the Gulf South Conference Player of the Week. They announced that this morning, gave him the honor and the title, and JT Vance has 27 RBIs, 10 home runs on the season. He's hitting .348, 31 hits, and now here in the top of the 9th inning, they've crawled their way back. They've made this game a one-run ball game, and Allen's going to have to do some legwork here to get Vance down with only one out here in the top of the 9th inning. Big swing and a miss there by Vance, who's had a relatively quiet day. He had a single in the 5th and walked in the 2nd, but he's just struck it out twice and flew out, and Allen throws that one down and into a whole lot of nothing. As we've seen multiple long balls in this game. That one there by Reese. We had the one by Carson Chavies, the 3-run shot, and the 2-run by Mitch Sisk. And Allen now got to finish this game out for the Bulldogs, and there's a lot of stress on this moment here as the Bulldogs thankfully had a huge moment in the bottom of the 8th inning where Ryan Aljancic was able to get aboard. Run came home to score on the single by Barrett. A much-needed play as the Bulldogs would be tied right now, but thankfully, according to those two singles, they have a one-run lead here in the 9th inning. Fans getting a real show this afternoon as we hit the 3-hour mark right now for this game. Started off really slow, started to heat up in the later innings, and now it's back to staying in it as Jamal Allen just launches that one basically to the first base dugout. Slips out of his hand way out in the backstop, and the count will go full here to the Gulf South Conference Player of the Week, JT Vance. Ramsey basically playing 3 feet in front of the warning track out there in left field. Squatting down is Colby Davis in center. He's playing deep. Everybody's back. Mitch Sisk at third base, dropping back, ready to make a throw in case something's on the ground, and Allen is going to have to throw something from the stretch, throw something light and easy. He throws it right down the middle. It's popped up on the right side. Running over towards the dugout is going to be Grant Ross, and he's going to be able to catch the ball right in front of the first base dugout in foul territory. A clutch moment there by the sophomore first baseman, Grant Ross, to bring us down to our final out of the inning. Here we go, 1 out left. It's Wesley Sides, the cleanup hitter in this game. He's already scored twice. He walked twice in this game in the 1st and the 8th inning, came around to score both times. He had the sacrifice fly RBI in the 4th, the ground out in the 5th, and the strikeout in the 2nd inning. He's up against Allen, who's bringing the heat. In there, strike one, a bullet right down the middle of the plate. No question about that one. All of the heat was put into that pitch there, and the fastball by Jamal Allen. He'll take a step out, and he goes from the stretch. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out here to Sides. Stretch. That's way up in the air. It's going to be Elijah Ramsey who's going to have to grab it. Colby Davis calls him out in center field, and he makes the catch, and the Bulldogs win this game 10-9. It was really nervous here in the top of the 9th inning as Caleb Reese, the designated hitter for the Choctaw, launched a 2-run shot out towards left field. But it was really the play of the game by Mitch Sisk and Carson Chavies, putting 5 runs on the board across their 2 home runs, and the Bulldogs are back in the win column. They squeaked this one out. Jamal Allen able to close out the game. The Bulldogs win on 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, and Mississippi College had 9 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. And just like that, an interesting moment here as the Bulldogs are back in the win column. A very exciting game here. Don't forget that later this week, the Bulldogs will go on the road to Auburn, Montgomery. You can tune into their broadcast